Heartland said we had
That would have been funny.
too much parking. So remember that parking lot used to go all the way to the
Oh,
road?
look what I got for my white
They made
outfit
us
gift.
cut that
Gavel.
out,
A gavel.
haul it out so that we had less parking.
That's funny.
Decrease your occupancy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So they said
Gave
we
you
had too much parking
potential
for our
to
occupancy.
go over your occupancy.
Painted it and put flowers.
I've never heard of a risk.
I'm surprised you didn't leave the sucker on there.
Too much parking.
Lollipop.
Yeah.
Jane.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm going to repave the spring.
Yeah, candy
I
cane.
think the pavement might migrate north like 20 parking spaces.
Ready?
Better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
It's now 7 o'clock.
I'm
We'll
not
call the
gonna
meeting
talk. I'm
to
not-
order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Madam Clerk, may I have the roll call, please?
David Walker.
Here.
Soren Peterson.
Here.
Here.
Chuck Schultz.
Here.
Alan Poole.
Here.
Mike Cunningham.
Here.
Marna Smith. Here. Marcy Husted here.
I'd like to add two things to the agenda. The election coordination agreements and the Michigan Association of Township Supervisors Annual Educational Conference. Unless there's anything else, I'll entertain the motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned and supported to approve the agenda as amended. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Next is approval of the consent agenda. The regular board meeting minutes from December 6, 2016, the treasurer's report, and the clerk's warrants and bills.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned and supported to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Next is communications. Item number 1, Planning Commission meeting synopsis from December 8th, 2016. Planning Commission approved meeting minutes from November 3rd, 2016, and the revenue and expenditure report from November 30th, 2016.
So moved.
Support.
Been motioned and supported to receive and place communications 1 through 3 on file. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Next, public remarks. Opportunity for the public to make any comments or talk about anything on the agenda. There's none. We're going to move to unfinished business, insurance coverage for liability of data breach of the computerized database.
Okay, so our representative provided some detailed, like frequently asked questions, all the different types of coverages, which all of these are part of the policy. This is a separate policy, and he just indicated it's best to just go ahead and start it, like maybe just start it January 1st, or we can start it whenever we want. It does not have to be during the same anniversary date of our other policy. It can be separate from it.
But ultimately, you want to true it up to have it run 7/1 with the balance of the book? Yeah. You want it so you can track it.
I mean, I can discuss that with them, but he's just saying that it's a $2,000 policy.
Yep.
And I know right now we have a different representative, so maybe I'll get a hold of Tom and let Tom know that we want to prorate it to add it to the existing
Well, no,
policy.
he
But-
won't let you do that. But what
No.
what he will let you do is when the balance for 7/1,
Right,
they'll just let you cancel and reissue.
and then
so
reissue
that-
when we
yeah,
renew. Okay,
Correct.
all right,
And there's no penalty. I looked at it, and there's no penalty.
okay,
So it's literally prorated, so they would just charge you for the number of days that you've used.
okay,
And so you eventually want to true it up.
okay.
And the good news is there's no retro on it, so it's full prior acts.
Okay.
So that's not an issue either, so
Right.
that part's fine.
And the question, I know when I read through this, it seemed like it answered, the main question was, because we had the money part, or by each, like to file a claim. Because not always do we need to have a claim to recoup money, like that ransom. So I was hoping that answered all the questions that we had from last time. Okay. All right, so if we want to get a motion to approve to add this.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned and supported to approve the insurance coverage for liability and data breach of computerized database. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, that motion carries. Next is new business item number 1, the Athanasius Hoffman request for land division of Gordon Road.
Yeah, this thing's in pretty good shape. We looked at it a number of times and they've met all conditions. I would make a motion that we approve this land division.
I will move to, or
He's already motioned.
you've motioned, I will support it.
It's been motioned and supported to approve the Athanasius Hoffman land division on Gordon Road. Any further discussion?
You know, I'm having the devil of a time. Tell me where that's at. I tried to look at it on this map, and
It's,
for the
Yeah,
life
go
of
ahead.
me, I could not put this in my head as to where this is at.
Thinking it's,
I mean, I know where
Eat-
Gordon Road is. But
yeah, east of Heartland Road, I think.
is it east? Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah.
If you take D Road across the freeway,
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's why I'm trying.
you're on the
okay.
wrong
I'm on
side
the wrong
of,
side of the,
yeah,
not the first time, but I'm on the wrong side of the track, so. Okay, that's all. I was just,
okay.
for the life of me, I couldn't get it through my head where that was. So, okay, thanks.
any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, that motion carries. Next is the Spin Weber request for boundary realignment on Driftwood Drive. That's over by Lake Shannon.
Okay, I see how it's going.
It's the other side of the
This was a pretty easy one for us. Mr. Spinny Weber here and Ross did a great job of putting this together. And came before us. We just had a request to change a heading on a drawing, and that was all we had. It looked great. Made sense, and it was all done right, so I'd make a motion that we approve the Spinny Weber boundary realignment.
Support.
It's been motioned and supported to approve the Spin Weber request for boundary realignment. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. I'll have somebody give you a contact to make sure that we finish up any signatures.
Yeah, I think they have to get stamped and,
You gotta get a stamp and a signature on that, Terry?
yeah,
Okay.
good. I think it is, there is a contact on the application thing.
Did you want to
Yeah.
write it down just in case? Interference.
Yeah, it's on there. That's a cell number. It's on the
Okay.
application.
All right. Thank you. Next is item number 3. Request. Item number 3, request for board to approve write-off of old accounts receivable from Latch Incorporated.
Okay, so this is a very old account, and a report was run the other day, and I asked her accountant, what is this very large number? And she said it's been on the books all the years that she's been working here, for 4 or 5 years. So the question came up, can we collect it? Well, as I looked through the history and the timeline, we've noticed that this is a existing company. They started the trailer park there, this where Cider Mills is at now, the Sun Communities. It went into a foreclosure process in 2011. The state owned it, sold it at tax foreclosure, and then shortly after that tax foreclosure process, that company that owned it prior went into bankruptcy in that same year, in October of 11. So I got some legal advice and opinion, and it seems pretty straightforward that the Michigan compiled laws, because it went through the state of Michigan with tax foreclosure, you cannot collect on old prior water sewer liens, and because of bankruptcy, I don't think the township filed a claim. We can't find proof that we filed a claim under the debtor or debt to collect during the bankruptcy. So it's...
Never signed on to be an assigned creditor?
Correct. We could not find anything filed that the township put their name on the list to get paid. So with that information, I just felt like it's sort of just tidying up and cleaning things up. It'll probably, the auditors will probably be glad to see that we've looked into it, and it's a big amount. So that was another one of those sewer mishaps with a company being there and it didn't work out, and not only did they lose it to foreclosure, but they also filed for bankruptcy. So I just was looking for a motion to clear it off of our books.
I mean, even if we did file the way that the bankruptcy court works, we would have,
I don't, it's so old. I almost wonder if if there's more with the time lapse. I mean, that was in 2011.
well,
And we're
our
16,
bankruptcy
17.
court is in Genesee County up in Flint,
Yeah.
and they wipe away stuff. It's just, when people are down and out, they go through the bankruptcy
Yeah, they believe in that.
process, and,
Yeah.
I've talked with our collection agency about this, and they said, yeah, once it goes to bankruptcy, you can go ahead and file, but good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. So moved.
Been motioned and supported to write off the old accounts receivable from Latch Incorporated. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
I do have a quick question. I'm sorry. Do we have any others like this that are
This-
hanging out?
that
there? Or
was
is this
the
end of
only
this?
one.
Okay, so this is the end of the table?
This,
Okay,
yeah.
That's all.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Those opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Item number 4 is the request to renew the audit service contract with Gabbridge and Company another year.
This was it's a one-year contract, but we had the option to extend it for 1 year at a time for up to 4 years. So we're in our third year. They're keeping the price the same, not to exceed $13,000 a year. And I think we've been very happy with them the last 2 years that we've had them. And so I think we would like to continue to use them.
I would.
So
So make a motion.
I make a motion to renew the audit services contract with Gabbridge and Company.
I'll support.
It's been motioned and supported to renew the audit service contract with Gabbridge and Company. Any further discussion?
I do. Can I ask that you add one other thing in here? So this is kind of because of what they're doing. Under page 2, section 9 of the contract, can you add, I'd like to request that we add that they provide documentation of professional liability coverage. If we're going to seek recovery from them, it's not because of damages for a slip and fall or a work comp claim. It's going to be a professional liability claim.
Okay.
So we'd like to add professional liability at $1 million. Which would not be unusual. That would be kind of standard in the industry.
Do we need to amend the motion, or do you?
Should.
I think we should. So, Marcy, do you want to amend your motion to include the?
Sorry about that. I meant to catch it ahead of time.
It's okay.
I was trying to find the page number.
Okay. So I amend the motion to renew the audit service contract with Gabbridge and Company with the addition that they provide documentation of their professional liability coverage at $1 million.
Yes.
I will support the amended
Thank
motion.
you.
Motion and supported to renew the audit service contract with Gabbridge and Company with proof of liability insurance.
Professional.
Professional liability insurance in the amount of $1 million. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? That motion carries. Item number 5, I forgot to
Nope.
amend it, but we're just going to table that. Yep,
All right.
for a later date.
5-year table?
Yep.
Very just- okay.
I meant to pull it off the agenda and I forgot to mention it, but so since we're here, we'll just table it. Item number 6 is discussion regarding the township hall rental. Currently, we're renting our hall out. We're charging $150 up front, and then we give $75 refund in the event that the hall is
In order.
in order. There's been a few things lately, a couple of the plugs have been working, TV sets are being unplugged, things piled back in the office, and I don't know how the kids are coming, I can't even get in my office, I got chairs everywhere. I'm not against renting the hall. If the board's against it, then I would like to know, but, I think that we need to have possibly, make sure that we're charging the right amount in case something gets damaged. Also like to make sure that we're, possibly putting together some type of rental policy where they do a walkthrough and they say, hey, look, everything in here is fine, I don't need to move stuff around. I would rather us move it around. We just recently had a rental where somebody came in and they came in to use it, the janitor was here, and they started moving stuff around. This area back here is locked and it's only for board members and the janitor. The janitor let them in. And they put a bunch of all these office chairs and stuff back there.
What do we usually rent it for? I mean, for what
It's-
purposes?
For
is this
meetings, usually like HOA meetings or like baby showers, and then we just recently, someone wanted it for a Christmas party, because we have the tree
Yeah, sure.
and that. So those are probably the three most typical.
Right.
Baby showers, a Christmas party, and then the HOA meetings are most common.
And I don't know, maybe we should create you come in and you say, look, this is our township, this is our table, this is here. During the holidays, that's there. You rent it under these conditions.
It's an as-is rental.
It is, and if you want chairs, let us know. If you don't want chairs, let us know. But give us, a few days so we can move it around, When I'm coming in Monday and I gotta get something, I don't need all the office chairs in the way, because I gotta try and figure how to get to my computer, because I got a
Well,
deadline
and
or
I think
something.
the bigger concern is that if things get moved, we have all the components here for the
Right.
devices, and we don't want that to be damaged.
That way, if we're
and-
moving it, then
Yeah.
do that, we take those off.
We do? Okay.
Yeah, that's all moved
How they
out.
are.
Okay.
And as for the stuff in your office, that was the cleaning guy, because those are locked. We never
Right.
had anyone in there.
So that was sort of a fluke thing there, but,
Monday when
okay.
yeah. Okay. But, I mean, are we charging enough? Yeah, I mean, some places you can use, if you're in a facility, certain places already have for free. I know the school for meetings, you can use their conference, or, I don't know, they have a technology room you can use and not even charge it. But,
Well, the biggest thing is it costing us money by renting?
right.
You know,
It hasn't, but
costing
I'm
us
just,
money?
Not
we haven't
today.
discussed it in a while, and just, I thought
Yeah.
I would talk about it.
No.
We don't have really much of a kitchen facility, so, they're really not using the kitchen.
What's the deductible on our insurance policy?
For a property standpoint?
Something got damaged in here. Say one of these got damaged.
Well, we've got a higher, we have a higher.
You're gonna need a couple of years of rental income to get the.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
there you go.
It's
I wanna say
kind of what I'm
it's either-
saying. I mean,
It's either 1,000 or 2,000.
I don't mind
Yeah.
providing a service to the residents, but I don't want to do it if there's a liability.
We did talk about, Terry and I talked about that closet, that we probably should
That
get
should
a
be
lock
locked.
for
I agree with that.
because that's got expensive equipment in there. We can't protect the TVs necessarily, but we can at least protect that equipment on the
Do we have
microphones.
anything on when they fill out an application, or, do we have anything on there about damage? If-
Yeah, do they
Are
have
they
any
responsible?
responsibility? of-
Maybe we need to relook at
Somebody's
our,
gotta be responsible.
there's
for
our
it.
Is there a rental
application.
agreement?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
What would be
I
the
haven't looked at
insurance
that in a
aspect
while.
of
Whole
that?
use form, it's pretty basic.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there's some details there, the amount.
$150 deposit. They'll clean and restore it to its previous condition. They take away their trash.
Or release of indemnity, but there's not a,
There's nothing in there about any responsibility
Oh,
for,
You scroll back, thanks, they're right there, that's good, thank you.
oh, wait, damages.
That's,
All liabilities, demands, claims, suits, losses, damages, cost. Oh, is that for the trustees? That's for
that's a
the-
release of indemnity, meaning
Yeah.
that they, if something
That's
happens to
towards
them,
us.
that they
Okay.
can't sue us.
No, that's also, and for loss or damage to or destruction of property, including the property of the township, arising out of or in the connection with this agreement unless caused by gross negligence or willful misconduct of the township. Well, that's
Oh,
gonna be a
yeah,
tough part.
destruction of property.
Yeah, so you do
Including
have it. It's
property
in
of the
there.
township, so it's in there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
I mean, that part's fine.
okay.
So they own any damages that they
Yeah.
cause.
Mhm.
We're not losing money.
It's a
Got to
nice
make sure who's
service.
in charge of letting the people,
Yeah, and I think that Mike's point,
Yes.
you rent it for what it is, which is a township hall. It's not,
Yeah.
it's not a banquet hall.
and
It's
is
not
there a
About what,
documentation of
10?
what the status of the
Right.
township is, and then how
Well,
it is when it's done, to
I think
release the
maybe just clean-
75?
Maybe clean up our screening process of like, hey, you come in, this is what it is.
Okay.
What chairs do you want? What don't you want?
Maybe a little checklist
This is what's
to
here.
find out for us, for the people that are working here, have a checklist to work off of?
Yeah, that
You know what,
says it's
I
okay,
come
and
with
then we-
Marion and Terry and we could,
Always talk to them. I mean,
Yeah.
you take them through, and honestly, they take care of everything. Except
Right.
for like these, I
Okay.
will take those off.
Yeah.
Oh, the
But they
microphones,
put the
yeah.
tables up, I mean, we
Right.
don't even do it. They take them down.
and talk with our cleaning guy that his key is for him only and that nobody's to be in these offices with this.
So now he's clear on that, yeah, okay.
Because those are locked, they should never be in the office.
Yeah.
Once you
So
clear up
we
that
get-
part
we
of it,
keep
seems
this-
fine to me.
All right.
keep it as is.
They burn the plate.
No, but we,
Well, that's in there.
This place burns out in the next 2 months. You're gonna be, as they refer to, a person of interest.
but on average, it looks like we do about 10 times a
never
year
wanna
for
be a person of
rentals.
interest.
So it's not like there's a lot of rentals.
Not that you're a suspect.
It's not a
You're
big
just person of
profit
interest.
revenue generator.
Just
Seems like a good service to the community.
It is a nice service.
Yeah.
every once in a while you have to talk about things, that's all.
Okay.
Okay. And, next,
This, by the way, I'll rent the south end of my building for 3 times that amount.
Ooh,
next is the election coordinator agreements that Marcy has here.
Well, every 4 years now, we have to sign agreements with the counties, Genesee County and Livingston County, because we have 3 school districts in our township that we have to conduct school elections for. I had a meeting with Genesee County today, and we have GISD, Mott, Linden, and Fenton, and I have to sign these agreements saying basically that we will do what needs to be done to administer the elections for the schools. And it's just a formality. I just want to get the approval to go ahead and sign these agreements. And we'll be having a meeting with Livingston County for Heartland schools. And I'm not sure if there's anything else in Heartland, but that's coming up later in January, and I'll need to sign those agreements too. It's,
and those, the elections, we do get payment for,
we give
yeah.
only
To
if
pro-
it's in an odd numbered year.
Okay.
Or if it's a special election.
Special election, okay.
Yeah, but if
So
it's in November, in an even number year,
a general,
we don't get
okay.
reimbursed. But if
Okay.
it's a special election or an odd numbered year, we get reimbursed for
Okay.
all of the costs that we incur.
okay. So again, it's kind of providing a service and a little revenue from it.
And we have too many voters in these school districts to be able to push them off onto another township. Some of the townships have some school districts that they have just a tiny portion of voters in, and so they can
Push them somewhere
consolidate those into some other
Okay.
townships, but we're too big,
Okay.
so we don't have that luxury. I have the agreements if we want to look at them.
Yeah, it's
Not to be
straightforward.
that guy, but what if we say no?
Oh, we have the option to opt out, but then that means that the county is going to have to find somebody to administer the
That's just more
election.
curiosity than anything
Yeah.
else.
But no one opts out. There is only one or two in Genesee County, and they were Groveland Township and Holly Township that are in Oakland County, and they have such a small number of voters that they don't, that they opt out. But
Okay.
no one else opts
Okay.
out.
Just curious.
So do you need a motion to approve for you to sign?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve for the clerk to sign contracts to
The election
hold the
coordination.
election coordination.
Support.
Been motioned and supported to approve the clerk to sign the election coordination agreements. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? Next item on the agenda is the Michigan Association of Township Supervisors Midwinter Educational Conference. This is I don't do the MTA stuff, I always go to this because it has, it's where the rubber hits the road for me. It's directed toward supervisors. Keep me updated on legislative things, planning, zoning, all types of things that township supervisors should know. The cost is $150, early bird registration is $125, and then the room costs, all the rooms that were at $115 are gone, so I think it's going to be about $130 a room, but I can verify that, so it'll be for 2 nights.
So what do you think the
No more.
net number is?
300 with taxes for 2 nights?
Well, we won't pay the taxes because we're government,
Okay.
so it's,
So not
I
to
would say it's
exceed-
probably
It's going to be the government.
Say 300.
300 for the
Safe.
room and
And then
And the
100,
registration.
100 and...
the registration
yeah.
of 125.
Okay.
So not, yeah.
425 not to exceed, or
We'd have to, I'm not sure exactly, but if you want to put a number on it, 5 would
I would say
cover it.
500,
Yeah,
not
not
to
to
see, because
exceed
there might be,
Covered, yeah.
yeah, a
And I
meal
don't
or
expect it to be
something.
that high, but
Yeah.
I'd hate to have to come back and miss the early registration,
Right.
so.
All right, so I'll make a motion to have the supervisor attend the MATS conference, not to exceed the 500 for room and registration.
Okay.
Support.
So motion and supported to approve the supervisor to attend the MATS conference with a not-to-exceed cost of $500. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. We have no miscellaneous business, public remarks. We don't have anybody here. This is the radio station. So I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Been motion and, well,
Support.
motion and supported to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.
Use the gavel.
There we go. Look at
All
that.
right,
get a fire started.
very official meeting. We're doing good. We're out of here.
Did you have a question about something on our agenda?
Could you just go to bed right now?
On what